Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the open floor. I just wanted to open up by saying thank you to 294 subscribers. I'm really grateful that I have you aboard. If you're watching my channel, you're watching this video or watching this live stream, and you're not a subscriber of mine, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give the video a like and share and comment below. Thank you so very much. Today I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. This will be gameplay number 6. As always, I wanted to throw out there that I do reserve the right that if I find a game too hard, that I will quit a game. I'm not going to make a commentary track of my gameplay. I'm going to use my mic to reply to messages that I get. So with that being said, let's get into this.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it. Let's have a look around. Could I have done this?
Could anyone? What is it, Torgal? Clive.
That's him. He's the only one who can tell me what happened. I have to know. Where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
Damn it! He's like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Yes. He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
Would you have gone with him?
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power of the Phoenix. Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
nevermore.
Hey there, number one. Welcome back.
Another gate. Let's see if this one opens.
How is your day going so far?
Could this place really be a fallen ruin?
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Jill?
What do we do?
The usual. It's over. More trouble. How can these things still function?
How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
She said, just curious, what is Final Fantasy anyways? Like, out of the whole game series, what is the main concept of the story, the main setting, etc.? Um, I really don't even know how to answer that. Good versus evil? Bad versus good, I guess. Um, each game, uh, each game is pretty much separate. I think that they do have, um, maybe about 4 games that do play off each other, but not 4 games collectively. 2 games and then another set of 2 games. So for like, for example, like Final Fantasy 10 and 10 2, they're continuations of each other. Final Fantasy, I think 12 or 12 and 12 2 or 13 and 13 2, I think they work together. But I do think each of the Final Fantasies have their own entry. None of them are actually connected, if that makes sense. Like Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 7 are completely 2 different games. Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 6 are 2 different games, and so forth and so on. They don't actually share a same shared universe. I find that this one here is more story driven as opposed to Final Fantasy VII. What would be Final Fantasy VII was more gameplay, more strategic, more planning, where this just feels like it wants to tell a story more than um, let it be a player's experience. At least that's my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, like the other games do tell a story and they do want to push their story. I just feel that this is more story driven. Exactly. Yeah. She said like each has its own story in a different universe in Final Fantasy world. Yeah, exactly. Out of all the games, I did like Final Fantasy VII for the original PlayStation the most. To me, there is no Final Fantasy without it starting with Final Fantasy VII. I know 1 through 6 came before it, but to me, Final Fantasy VII was the very first game I've ever played. And I like that it was different mechanic than, say, this one is, where you had to, it was turn-based, it was working as a team. Where this one here, it just kind of feels more like it's button mashing than anything. And for its time, for being a PlayStation 1 game, I mean, you probably have heard the stories and rumors and whatnot, but the the what attracts Final Fantasy VII is A, it is the story, but B, it's a lot of the summoning spells and what they were able to pull off with all of them. Very, very amazing game. I do like this game a lot too. Like this is probably my now second favorite Final Fantasy game. But like I said, between Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 16, they are night and day from each other. One is more strategic, Final Fantasy 7. This one is more just get to the plot, get to the story, and that's where the main focus is. And after that, it just becomes really like I said, like a button mash. There's no actual strategic to this.
Looks like it could take a beating.
Then let's give it one.
Either way, I mean, same world, same universe. Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely not. I think, like, if anything, like, there are, like, similarities, like, maybe, character name-wise that might connect, the Final Fantasy. For example, like, characters like Sin. Even the concept of sin, I think, has been addressed in a few different Final Fantasy games. But they don't. Again, you're right. They don't share the same world. They don't share the same universe. They're never gonna. They haven't crossed with each other. Of course, this being, you know, somebody could always tell me that I'm way off and I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just my personal take from this.
Does any of this make sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
One thing that they do share that I do love is that it's always been Square Enix, which is the company behind Final Fantasy VII, or the Final Fantasy games.
Whatever they are, I don't think they're friendly.
That's enough.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect. Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
Mistakes.
Look out! There's more of them.
They'll fall like the rest. It's over. Not this time.
What I'll do is, when I'm done playing this game, I'll go ahead and I'll put the games in my playlist, so you can watch it from 1 up until 6, and that should pretty much give you the gist of what the story is so far.
I don't like this.
Thankfully, I'm playing this on a disc, and I paid $25 for this.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
Last time I checked, I don't know if it's if it's any different price wise, but I know the for the digital version of it, they wanted like $45 for the game, the base game in itself, and they wanted something like $21 or something like that plus taxes for the rest of it, and which would have totaled out to I think like with taxes and everything like between like $50 to $60 give or take, right? And to get the whole package, they wanted like $98 or some shit like that. Like it was insanely priced. Like, don't quote me on the exact pricing, but that's roughly what they wanted for it. It was I was just blown away. I was like, wow, how could they get away with? Who's paying that much for this? I'll message you later on tonight when I find out more on prices, but it was absolutely crazy. Like to buy the base game and to buy the extra opponents, that seems more reasonable than trying to buy it all at once. Is what I'm saying.
It's drawing in energy.
Not for long, it isn't. With me. There, it's down.
This is our chance.
I'll let you know after this fight. None of this
It's done.
None of this has really been that hard.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
I thought for sure the monsters, whatever I'm battling, would be hard, and
Probably
I don't
asking
want to
themselves the
get
same
too
thing.
confident and too cocky and
What if
say
anyone's trespassing
that
here?
the
They're
game
just
is
protecting
completely
their
easy,
home.
because I'm afraid as soon as those words are gonna leave my mouth, I'm gonna fight this really hard fight, and I'm gonna be so screwed. Uh, I thought that even I would get
Jill,
lost
look.
directional wise, but even that's they made that so easy. You can I can click a button and know exactly where I gotta go next.
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
That's why I feel like maybe it, it's not gonna be hard, because they just really want to push the story through. I do think like some fights will come with a bit of a challenge, but I haven't come across anything too hard yet. And I want to think I'm at least halfway through the game. I feel like the final boss, I think that's gonna be really hard. Yeah, so this game just kind of feels like it wants to push its story first before above gameplay. Gameplay kind of takes a bit of a back seat.
All right then. Not this time.
But either way, I'm okay with that. I'm actually here for the story. I do enjoy this one a lot. Maybe I enjoy it because it's not hard. there are certain elements of even Final Fantasy X that I find way more difficult than I'll ever find this game. I find Final Fantasy IX more harder than this game. But that doesn't mean that the final boss is going to be a cakewalk, you know, like that could be like the definitive hard boss.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
Look out! Too slow.
What have we here?
Another fallen wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll fall like all the rest. Stay down! Lights.
Well, that did something.
I think that actually depends on the game itself.
So, it isn't a dead end after all.
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I remember playing, and you probably won't remember this. I remember playing RoboCop for the old Nintendo Entertainment System, and they used to have a Game Genie, which was basically like a separate piece that you would throw your cartridge into, and then you throw the whole thing into the system, and you enter cheat codes. And I applied something like infinite health or something like that. But by the time I had gotten to the final boss, that infinite health didn't take effect. and I still wind up getting my ass kicked. Yeah, yeah, RoboCop, like the movie.
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it.
Nintendo had a thing back in its day where they like to make games that were based off of movies, very loosely based off the movies. Really just more the IP than anything, some games.
How old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god?
Like if they had like a Back to the Future game that was nothing like the movies.
You're him. The second dominant of fire.
Yeah, actually, it has. Even Final Fantasy VII. I think it's called Final Fantasy Event Children, which is got loosely based on Final Fantasy VII. And I do believe they have other movies that are connected to the games as well.
What? I'm back.
But these were movies that came out after the game, as opposed to the game, as opposed to the movie coming out first than the game.
Please! Stop! I did this. I killed him. Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua. I'm sorry.
Alright, you have yourself a very good
failed
night,
you.
number one. And thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Joshua died. I killed him. And I blamed another for what I did. To spare myself
And I'll put
the
I'll put this series
feared that by
in a playlist for you to watch
accepting
later
it,
on.
I would lose what little was left of me. So I ran. From everything.
And now? Are you ready to accept the truth?
I am. I know it won't be easy, but it's what I must do. So that Joshua's soul can finally rest in peace. No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me, I will press on. Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears. Too slow. I see. You'd have me learn by example. Not this time. Too slow. Not this time. Too slow. this time. Not this time. No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all. Show yourself, Ifrit. The truth of it now. You are not Ifrit. I am.
Holy crap, what a battle.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing. I'll be fine. No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain who I really am. The second icon of fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours. And I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second icon of fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want? I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable. And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been confounded. The hour is later than I thought.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said... He said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood, and send every last one of them to hell. Out. Now!
Yes, yes, my lord.
Benedicta.
So, what next?
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah, amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
Alright, we should arrange an introduction then. Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
What happened here?
Imperials! You'll pay for this!
We've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Answer me!
Remember our orders? No survivors!
Who would order such a thing?
It's over.
Escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one! Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs? They were innocent people!
Someone heal me, damn it!
My wounds, boy! A little help! Torgal! My wounds, boy!
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command!
My mother ordered this. Why?
Clive,
I know. It could wait.
My wounds, boy!
A little help! A little help!
My wounds, boy!
Torgal!
My wounds, boy! Give them all you got, boy!
Torgal! I'm sorry, Lady Hannah. You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late! Gav! Clive! Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
but why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
To Sid Solar, then. We have him. What to discuss?
Yes? What? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You'll break your back stuffing all that in your satchel. Finished, are you?
Make it quick. Not saying Fordian, do you? No scratches, all right? And how am I meant to do that, then? Well? What do you want? And how am I meant to do that, then? Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.
alive! You're all right! I thought you might be... Ah!
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy.
What do you suppose it could be?
It's nice to see the hideaway finally coming alive. Wasn't so long ago us old hands were ratting about the place like peas in a bucket.
I'll fetch you a bowl of brown.
I heard you lost someone in Eastpool. I'm sorry. If there's anything you need, just say the word.
The reports from Eastpool are disturbing. We knew the Vicereine had no love for her subjects, but to order the slaughter of an entire village.
happened? Is everything all right?
No. No, it's not.
Now, my research can continue apace, and when my fertilizer is complete, the furrows will need expanding. Barmill will not bow to the blight.
Come by again when we've grown some fruit worth eating, and I'll see that you get some.
There's a commotion in the main hall. What's happened this time?
Wanted to send a message, most likely.
But did she have to go so far? You tell Sid what you told me. We can hammer out the details once that's done.
Fellow back there's an intelligencer, tasked with tracking down Sid. Got separated from his unit and left for dead, till his target found him and brought him back here. Half wish he'd left him there.
our friends. And to those who might have been.
Petals stand up to the sun. The rose feels not his shade. The soaking tears of blood. Tonight his oath is made.
Clive, was it?
We can keep running, or we can walk through this door. We can keep running, or we can walk through this door.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the Black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
I
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the Blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men.
Of course. You're right.
Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the thirds?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the Mother Crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals, we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the Mother Crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the Mother Crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.